I trying to say? It's a creamy climber. Botanizing in minor pools has just been made a whole load easier thanks to the man who wrote this book. His name is Jan Teede, and this is an excellent guidebook. Any of you coming to minor pools, I highly recommend you get hold of a copy of it. And what Jan has done is he has, in 2 different places in the park, with the permission of the park authorities, he has labeled a number of trees and set out in this book, very kindly and very helpfully, a botanical walk that takes you past a number of these labeled trees. So there are 2 walks. We are here at New Ndungu Camp, and we're going to do the walk that starts from there, moving in a downriver direction. And we're starting with this tree, which of course is an absolute icon of minor pools, not quite as much perhaps as the Phidobia albida, but this is the Trachea Mahogany, the Natal mahogany. Right now just coming into flower, these big beautiful trees that provide shade all along the riverbank, and any visitor to Mana will certainly spend quite a bit of time taking refuge from the hot sun in the shade of one of these trees. So thanks, Jan. We're on a walk, and you guys coming along for the ride. Let's go. Second tree on the walk, a very short distance away from the starting point, is this one, the Spiny Jackalberry, Diospyros sinensis. These are very common in the floodplain area. You see them all over, easily identifiable by the multi-stemmed nature of the main stem. At this time of year, you often see these black spots on the leaves. They also have a fruit which looks a lot like an acorn. It's kind of got a very persistent calyx that rises halfway up the fruit, and then the little green fruit inside. You can't miss them. They're all over the place. Ironically, because as I am speaking, there is a significantly sizable herd of elephant just close to us. This tree is called Eleodendron schlechterianum. Try getting your lips around that one when you're being chased by an ellie. This is the large-leaved saffron. It's a very distinctive feature of this area because of its very dark green leaves. Later on, when it's an evergreen tree, so often when there's no other trees in leaf, you'll still see these ones. And then later on in the dry season, it's covered in a little tiny network of spider webs that gives it a very distinctive look. You won't miss this one with its very razor sharp spines and distinctive kind of brain-like fruit. This is the African Osage orange. The fruit are very distinctively sappy and sticky, and it's a bit of a climber. You'll see it often along the river banks. The Latin name is Maclura africana. Closely related to the spiny jackalberry and the ordinary jackalberry is this tree, Diospyros quiloensis, which is the crocodile bark, and very easily identified by the unique patterning on the bark. It also has an acorn-like fruit, although the calyx is not as, it doesn't cover as much of the fruit as it does in the spiny jackalberry. You can also tell it pretty instantly when you look at it because of the way that the leaves curl and the fact that they very often are eaten by caterpillars away, and so they have a very kind of jagged, raggedy edge. I'm standing here right next to a sizable Raintree, Phalaenoptera violacea, what they used to call Longocarpus capacis. This is the so-called Raintree because it is the host to a spittle bug which at certain times of the year excretes a fluid or water basically, and it drips down from the tree. It's just about to start spraying the ground with its beautiful purple flowers. It's also called the apple leaf tree because supposedly when you crunch the leaves, they make the sound of a biting into an apple. Certainly very noisy underfoot when they all drop. But it's not actually the rain tree that I'm standing here for, it's this liana. This is Cocculus hirsutus, the hairy climber. It's a liana that's quite common in Mana. They grow to a very substantial size here, and it's a deciduous liana, and you will also notice at some times of year it has a little sort of pinkish purplish fruit, which is quite distinctive. A pretty common sight in Mana is this very spiny, thorny, scrambly shrub. This is the woolly caper bush, Capparis tomentosa. Very big contributor to the overall fragrance of Mana pools when it's in flower, sort of August, September time. Beautiful flowers, and they are absolutely incredibly beautifully scented. The sun is going down, so unfortunately I do not have time to take you through the whole of this botanical walk, but that was just a taster. And what better tree for me to finish on than this one right behind me, Kigelia africana, the sausage tree. Right now in flower, the beautiful purple flowers dropping down continuously. Very common sight all across Mana. And I think, guys, I just have to put in another plug for this amazing book, because Jan Teede, who wrote this and published it himself, has done us all a huge favor, particularly by labeling the trees along this route and another one elsewhere in Mana. And you would be crazy if you've got any interest in botany and plants to come to Mana and not take yourself on this walk. It's highly, highly recommended. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. I hope that's given you a little taster. There's plenty more here. And if you've liked what you've seen with this video, there are plenty more on my YouTube channel and Facebook and Instagram. Just type in African Plant Hunter, you will find me there. If you hit that subscribe button, you'll never miss any of my videos again. I am off to catch a last sundowner before the sun goes down. All right, take it easy. Bye.